आज एआई हर जगह है। कस्टमर सपोर्ट में, लीगल में, ऑपरेशंस में, कोडिंग में, हेल्थ केयर, फाइनेंस, हायरिंग, एवरीवेयर। सो सवाल ये नहीं है कि एआई क्या कर सकता है, सवाल ये है कि अगर एआई गलत जवाब दे तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी किसकी है। अगर एआई बायस डिसीजन ले तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और अकाउंटेबिलिटी किसकी है। और अगर किसी एम्प्लॉय ने कोई कॉन्फिडेंशियल डेटा किसी ओपन पब्लिक एआई को सबमिट कर दिया तो रिस्क कौन मैनेज करेगा। अगर एआई कंप्लाइंस ब्रेक कर दे, ऑडिट फेल हो जाए या कस्टमर डैमेज हो जाए तो कंपनी क्या करेगी। इन्हीं इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स को सिंपल करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ है रवि कुमार आत्रे। Ravi is principal architect and holding 14 plus of experience in simplifying AI, data governance, and infrastructure. Also, he is holding experience for the data center modernization. So, आज हम इन सवालों को सॉल्व करने के लिए थ्योरी की तरह नहीं, प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन बेस्ड डिस्कशन में जाएंगे। So Ravi, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Rajan.
So
Thank you for inviting me here. It's great meeting you.
okay. So Ravi, एक सिंपल सवाल से शुरू करते हैं। क्या आप थोड़ा अपना इंट्रोडक्शन देंगे ऑडियंस को, so people know better from your side of story?
Yes, definitely. My name is Ravi Atrey, and as you already said, I'm holding from professional side. I'm holding around 14 plus years of experience being in this industry, IT industry, uh, and I live in Ujjain, and then I am currently working with the LTM as an associate principal architect. Uh, I am the person who is involved day to day designing these solutions for multiple customers. Uh, that's very quick introduction about me. Yeah.
Thanks Ravi for that. So let's start with very basic question. According to you, AI governance है क्या?
See, whenever there is a governance word is there, right? People got scared. उनको लगता है कि ये हम लोगों को कुछ ब्लॉक करेंगे, हम लोगों को कुछ करने नहीं देंगे, right? It's not like that. It governance is not like that, right? Irrespective of AI and all the system, we need to understand one thing. Yes, you let's example you're driving a car,
Yes.
right? Now on the road there is a rule that while you're driving the car you should wear the seat belt. That is one sort of governance, correct? Why
Right.
why that is there? Because it will protect you in case of there is the car got stuck with someone else or accident हो गया, right? So it will help you कि आपको वो protect करेगी, right? Similar way, तो वो seat belt क्या है? Seat belt is a kind of governance, right? One of the governance. कार में ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम भी है, दूसरे ओर डैशबोर्ड है, आपको बता रहा है कितनी स्पीड से चल रहे हो आप, आपको इतनी स्पीड से नहीं जाना है, राइट? आपको फ्यूल का बता रहे हैं. दीज आर ऑल sort of kind of governance. So similarly in AI system, when we are building the AI system, the governance is not like control, holding it back, right? It is
Right.
about minimizing the risk. Governance is nothing, it's a minimizing the risk of AI system, and while it also ensure that it brings the real AI value,
Right.
right?
Right.
So when let's think about in that perspective only. Example, you are building some AI model. Now you are building some AI model considering that it will work in that way, right? So ideally that system should behave in that way only. Whatever the expected behavior you are thinking while building it, that it should behave in that way. But what if it doesn't? Right? You are giving
Right.
some input, and then it's giving unexpected output, right? So why it is? Because it is deviating, right, from its objective. So that's where we need sort of some rules, some processes we have to build, and we need to have people who are building it, who are deploying it, right, developing it now, and they should be held accountable. At the same time, we also need to ensure that AI systems are safe for people, right? What if
Right.
I'll tell you? I'll give you one example. What if I'll tell you there was one AI system, AI model, which can help someone to kill Rajan.
Okay.
Okay. This incident happened with a Grok. What happened in last year in America? One of the guy AI system just suggested the steps. Okay, what he should do to kill a person. So he
Wow.
suggested like, he suggested, okay, right, you should wear the gloves. आपके पास में ये knife होने इस type का knife होना चाहिए. And the more importantly, the person who he was targeting. Now, in our all surrounding, we are wearing smart watches and all. Now, what happened is the person they were targeting, that person had X installed on his mobile, and he observed the pattern, at what time that person is accessing the applications, at what time he is accessing, I mean uska access kab zyada hai, kab kaun se time pe kam hai, right? And then what
Right.
time he sleep. So the AI system knows that what is the sleeping pattern, so he also suggested what is the right time that will be good for him to kill.
Wow.
1 a.m. to 10 a.m, right? So
It is, yeah.
this this is one example I'm giving you. There are so many examples out there, right? You can just Google it out. So if the AI system, we don't control the AI system. Now, this is one example I gave you, right? There are so many things can be done by, right? Because
Right.
the
Right.
most important thing is, we all know that the real fuel of the AI any AI system is the data, right? And the data, there are lots of data out there, and the public model running from all those data, right?
Right.
So these are all reasons that we should consider. Governance is not all about holding you back. It's all about that we should have some sort of rules. So in a lemon word, if I come back to your question, what is AI governance? So AI governance is nothing. It is kind of a governance or set of rules or processes which will help you to minimize such kind of risk, and which will actually bring the real value of the AI, the
Right.
other side of it, right? That's
Right.
the motive, yeah. Yeah.
So based like just you said, तो AI गवर्नेंस का मतलब क्या केवल सिर्फ compliance, policy document और ये approval और control बस इतना ही है?
नहीं, मतलब, see, these are there. Documentation, you should have policies, you should have processes in place, you should have some sort of compliance around, but it's not limited that. It's all about practice, right? You should have, by default, I'll take one more example. You and me, anybody walking on the roadside, right? On
Right.
roadside जा रहे हैं. So ideally, there is there is footpath, right? तो footpath पे हम जा रहे हैं because हमें पता है कि road पे चलना is not a safe, right?
Yes. Right.
तो हम by default जा रहे हैं, right? अपने आप ही जा रहे हैं. मुझे पता है कि कोई आएगा तो पीछे से कोई हो सकता है मुझे hit कर सकता, correct?
Yes. Right.
Right? So हमारा जो ये हमें किसी ने बताया नहीं है ना, ये हम लोग हैबिट में है हमारे, राइट? आइडियली, सो इट्स ऑल प्रैक्टिस, राइट? हमारे प्रैक्टिस में है. तो सिमिलरली कोई भी गवर्नेंस हम कर रहे हैं तो इट्स नॉट लिमिटेड टू द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन. ओके, ये डॉक्यूमेंट कर दिया है, ये दिखाने के लिए नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, राइट? इट शुड बी प्रैक्टिस. एंड मोर ओवर, फ्रॉम टेक्निकल परस्पेक्टिव, it is an operational control. It's an operational control that when you are developing, these are the certain of things that you should consider, right? These are the certain best practices you should consider, right? So that, and you know that okay, the whatever time and money you are investing on building a system, it brings the real, again I will reiterate the thing, it'll bring the real value. Yes.
राइट सो ये तो एक जनरल डिस्कशन हुआ अराउंड एआई कंप्लाइंस एंड एवरीथिंग, पर एक
हम्म,
कॉमन पर्सन के लिए जो अगर एक कोई कंपनी शुरू करता है एआई कंपनी,
हम्म,
और उसको और वो या एआई यूज कर रहा है, तो
हम्म।
उसके लिए गवर्नेंस क्यों जरूरी
सिंपल एनालॉजी लेते हैं, है ना?
है?
हम घर में छोटे बच्चे रहते हैं, राइट?
राइट।
हम उन छोटे बच्चों को हम लोग स्कूल में एडमिशन करवाते हैं। हम जो व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव? ऑब्जेक्टिव इज बच्चा स्कूल जाएगा, वहां पढ़ेगा, लिखेगा, ही विल लर्न सो मेनी थिंग्स। तो उसके लिए हमारा रूटीन क्या रहता है? हम बच्चे को स्कूल छोड़ के आते हैं, तो स्कूल से लेने जाते हैं, उसके बाद में होमवर्क करवाते हैं, टाइम टू टाइम एग्जाम्स होते हैं, टाइम टू टाइम हम लोगों को मॉनिटर करते हैं, चेक करते हैं, राइट? सो दैट दे शुड नॉट डेविएट फ्रॉम देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव, दे शुड बी ऑन राइट ट्रैक। नाउ टेक एग्जांपल, आपने किसी बच्चे का एडमिशन कराया और अब आपने छोड़ दिया उसको, ये सोच के कि वो अब वो पढ़ाई कर रहा है, वहां पे सब कुछ सही चल रहा होगा,
यस।
आपने उसको मॉनिटर नहीं किया, राइट? व्हाट इज द कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज विल बी, यू नो दैट, राइट? सो
राइट।
सिमिलर वे कोई भी कंपनी, एआई, कोई भी कंपनी who are going to use or going to build or develop AI systems, AI application, they should consider this AI governance. Yeah. Otherwise, see, it's not only about the other risk. The major risk is also the business risk also, right? There are businesses as well. There may be hefty fine if you don't follow the compliance. There will be a hefty fine, and moreover, it's a trust breach, right? You will lose the trust.
राइट। सो अब ये तो डिस्कशन हुआ कि लाइक अब जो यूज़र है या जो कोई कंपनी है, उसके
Mhm.
लिए एआई गवर्नेंस क्यों ज़रूरी है, आई अंडरस्टैंड।
Mhm.
बट
Mhm.
कहीं ना कहीं एक सवाल ये भी आता है कि द पीपल हु ट्राइंग टू अडॉप्ट द एआई गवर्नेंस,
Mhm.
दैट इज स्लोइंग देयर एआई सिस्टम डाउन, या उनका जो
Mhm.
एआई का जो कंट्रोल है या जो उनका एग्जीक्यूशन प्रोसेस है, कहीं ना कहीं वो उसे स्लो कर रहा है। सो
Mhm.
क्या ये मिथ है? इट इज अ गुड वन, इट इज राइट वन? ये एक बड़ा वो है कि अगर हमने एआई गवर्नेंस के साथ फुल अलाइन होकर काम शुरू किया तो शायद हमारा एआई स्केल बहुत लिमिटेड हो जाएगा या स्लो हो जाएगा।
No, no, it's just about a myth.
ओके।
It's just about a myth, right? It's not about that, okay, it is slowing down. The problem is, I'll tell you what. The problem is that people generally, organization, they rush to the for anything, okay? Now, AI everywhere, all companies are talking about AI. Now, everyone wants to be AI first company. Correct? They want to showcase what is the business value they will bring to their customers, that we are using this AI and we will do this and that. Correct? It's
राइट।
not about, but at the, because this hurry, right? वो हमको जल्दबाजी रहती है, right? So उसमें हम somehow the organization compromise with the governance. Okay, it's not like that. Okay, when you bring the governance, okay, the mindset is like, okay, we will bring the governance and then it will slow down our work and all that. It's not like that. The AI governance will securely scale the AI system, and not just this AI system, it will also help you uh, to develop things, right, securely and safely. Like it will help you in scaling, right? It will not holding you back.
राइट।
Yeah.
सो
I,
ये
I, hmm,
प्लीज गो ऑन।
yeah. I'll give you one example. In healthcare, in healthcare. So ideal when we are there is an AI model. Let's say we are going to develop, which will help. What will do is it will, based on certain symptoms, it will diagnose the It will read the report or it will diagnose certain symptoms, and then accordingly it will recommend something, right? Okay, these are the possible disease to, right? And it will recommend certain things to the doctor, right?
Okay.
Now, based on that recommendation, doctor will take the final decision. What are the actual real causes would be, or क्या prescription उसको लिखना है, क्या medicine उसको देनी है, correct? So
Right. Correct.
this is the right setting. So यदि ये मॉडल ये ना करे तो it will help to the doctor? No, it will not help to the doctor, correct? So what I'm trying to tell is, आपने एक AI system develop किया है जिस where you have enabled certain set of rules that okay, your objective is this, to diagnose certain things based on certain data, and then you should give a recommendation. That is the ideal system. And why this system ideally working? Because you have implemented certain set of rules, correct? Right?
Correct.
Governance rules, right? And then that's why it is able to help doctors to take certain decision, right? So that is the ideal scenario. Now, what it is bringing? It is bringing the real value of the model, which is helping the doctor to quickly analyze and take the decision, correct?
Yeah.
Now,
Correct.
if this system doesn't work, if this system doesn't work in that way, will it help? No. Will it help to the doctor? No. So
No.
that's why now you see the governance is helping to bring the values, to scale the things, right? It's not
Yeah.
about you holding it back. Yeah. So it's just a
So
myth. Yeah.
it is a myth. So
Yeah.
अगला मेरा सवाल इस स्ट्रीम से थोड़ा सा हटके है कि आपको ये सब पता कैसे, लाइक एक बार थोड़ा शुरू करते हैं
Okay.
और समझने के लिए आपकी जर्नी के बारे में, है ना, कि मतलब आप इंफ्रा में आए, क्लाउड में आए, फिर आप डेटा सेंटर्स में भी जानते हो, डिजास्टर रिकवरी भी, यू नो अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच इज क्रिटिकल कंपोनेंट. सो अपनी जर्नी के बारे में थोड़ा बताएं, सो एटलीस्ट वी अंडरस्टैंड हाउ यू नो एवरीथिंग.
See, मैंने अपना करियर जो स्टार्ट किया था वेरी नेक्स्ट डे आफ्टर माय ग्रेजुएशन. I'll tell you what. 22nd April was my last exam
ओके.
for my graduation, and 23rd I'm starting my job. Okay, so what I did is I started my career from the computer labs. So
ओके.
when you have labs, you know that there are so many things you are doing testing and all, and then gradually I moved into the traditional infrastructure data centers, where I have deployed and managed the infrastructure for critical applications, critical business applications. Okay, did all those end-to-end deployment, right? Starting from the networking setup, that I mean, I don't want to go that deep, but that was end-to-end thing I used to do for myself,
ओके.
right? Be it disaster recovery, be it data, be it monitoring, be it security implementation, be it networking, etc. Right? And then gradually I moved into the cloud. In the cloud also,
Oh,
I have done lots of deployment for the private cloud, and then in the public cloud. So designed now gradually when I grow, I gradually started architecting the and solutioning for the customers. Their scalable, secured architecture I built. I'm all, doing it right away. I mean now also, and what happened is my work was like I have to closely work with the security and compliance team, right? So I learned lots of things there, and then finally, I then slowly I moved my I mean interest into the AI infrastructure, HVC, supercomputing, and all, and then AI systems. Just because, just to curiously know that I don't develop AI, but I know that how AI systems are working, how they need to be deployed, and all. So that's how that. I learned a lot because I have done so many hands-on things, right? So that's how.
that's a great to know about. So back to the stream where we were discussing. So I have a one question to ask. बिजनेस में हो तो क्राइसिस तो देखे होगे.
Right.
तो जब क्रिटिकल सिस्टम पर काम करते हैं या जब क्रिटिकल सिस्टम में कोई फेलियर आ जाता है
Hmm.
तो या कह लो कि डेटा लीक हो गया, कंप्लाइंस इशू आ गया, कुछ भी एनीथिंग व्हिच इज
Hmm.
क्रिटिकल, तो
Right. Right.
रियल बिजनेस इम्पैक्ट क्या आता है उस पर्टिकुलर सीन में?
A real business impact is like, see, it is not just an technical impact. It is more over a revenue impact also, and
हाँ.
over than that, it is a reputation impact, trust impact,
Okay.
right? If something is break, especially production, because it directly hit the business, correct?
Correct.
So if there is a business impact, because there are lots of SLAs, right? There are lots of dependency. Maybe I am running certain application where the other people's are business dependent on that, correct?
Correct.
Right. So these are the real revenue, legal compliance impact तो रहता ही है, but it is more trust impact also. That is most important. Yes.
Okay. So फिर according to your understanding
Hmm.
जो AI गवर्नेंस है तो वो किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम है? इज इट अ टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम, बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम, ट्रस्ट प्रॉब्लम, काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम? कैन यू एक्सप्लेन?
Uh, it's not about just a technical problem or business problem or something like that. See, when we are building AI, see, not just AI, any system we are building it. I'll, let's take example of aeroplanes, right? हम लोग फ्लाई करते हैं, हम लोगों को ट्रस्ट है कि it will fly because that is this machine will fly, right? And it will never break. That is the trust, right? Similarly, the car, right? कार हम ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, कोई ट्रेन से हम जा रहे हैं, हमें पता है कि इसका जो काम है वो वैसे प्रॉपरली फंक्शन करेगा, दिस मशीन विल फंक्शन प्रॉपरली. वो ट्रस्ट हमारे पास में है, राइट? सो कोई भी सिस्टम हम बिल्ड करते हैं, दैट इज द प्राइमरी, द ट्रस्ट इज द मेजर फैक्टर. नाउ how this trust is driven by the other factors. How technically, again, कोई machine हम build कर रहे हैं, right? How technically it is capable of doing that function, right? And then comes to business. What are the their decision impacts directly, indirectly to the system? What decision they are taking about? So it's all collaboration, right? It's not just only one thing. Yes, somehow at center trust is the major factor. It's not a
Right.
problem, man. So it's not a problem. It's not a problem, but it is something that all the system, including AI system, the governance has, should be in a way that it build the trust of the people. Yeah.
Yeah. So अगर हम इस पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचें और इसको टेक्निकली रिलेट करें किसी भी बैकएंड से, जो भी हम इंफ्रा देख रहे हैं,
Mhm.
तो एआई गवर्नेंस को अगर प्रोडक्शन रेडीनेस के लिए या प्रोडक्शन रेडीनेस की तरह देखें तो क्या एआई सिस्टम के लिए भी बैकअप, रोल बैक, मॉनिटरिंग, एक्सेस, ऑडिट ये सब चाहिए, या आई मीन इसका कुछ और डिफरेंट प्रोस्पेक्ट है?
नहीं, डेफिनेटली ये सिस्टम भी चाहिए. See, आप मॉनिटर नहीं करेंगे, हाउ विल यू नो दैट वट एवर सिस्टम यू आर बिल्डिंग, एआई सिस्टम यू आर बिल्डिंग, इट इज गोइंग टू फंक्शन एज पर द एक्सपेक्टेशंस, right? So you should have kind of monitoring, right? You should know that okay, the output it's generating, the AI model, whatever output is generating, it is all correct or not, right? And then whatever outputs it's giving, it should not be biased. It should be ethical. It should be transparent, correct? And in case something breaks, who is going to take the responsibility? right? And it is also has to be checked that the data which is going to used for the training of the AI system, right? It should be all correct, and it should not have any kind of biasness. No. Okay, so these are
Yeah.
so monitoring is key part. Monitoring similarly, you are building pipelines, right? So they should be monitored and they should be backed up. They need those systems. See, AI, when you are building AI model is not just a software, right? A piece of software. It is a it is a collection of the lots of resources, including physical, right? So you have to not just enable the monitoring, backup, security, disaster recovery on not only just for the base system, but you have to same thing implement for the AI models as well, right? Say,
Ah,
let's say if AI model is not, let's say if AI model is not functioning correctly, what are the steps you have to follow, correct?
correct.
It was working perfect, but somehow because of certain changes happened, now the it is drifted, right, from its objective. So you must have certain kind of versioning that will roll back to the previous functional I mean previous version, right? So these are all required. You from security perspective also, you should have access control, right? Or role-based access control. You should have it. You cannot give the full access to the AI system. There is one incident I'll tell you. What happened? There were some commands. Prompt was given that okay, you just optimize this so and so database.
Yeah.
Right now, what AI model did is it misinterpreted that optimization command and it deleted the production database. Okay,
Wow. I mean,
right.
yeah.
And now why
Still
it happened?
processing. Yes.
Now why it happened? Because
Uh-huh.
that AI model had a read and write permission to the API to the database.
Yeah.
Okay, including
And
other
that
permissions.
create the chaos. Okay.
Okay, so you definitely need all these things. It's not limited to the infrastructure, but for the model, for the system you are building, it all needs. You must have rigorous testing of your AI
Right.
model. Yeah.
So जैसे क्लाउड वाली सिक्योरिटीज या कंप्लाइंसेस
Mm.
को आने में सेटल डाउन होने में बहुत टाइम लगा था
Mhm.
और दैट इज फाइन बट व्हाई नाउ एआई गवर्नेंस के ऊपर बहुत प्रेशर है कि लाइक इसे इमीडिएटली डिप्लॉय करो मेक
Mm.
श्योर द एआई गवर्नेंस शुड बी डिप्लॉयड ऑन द इमीडिएट बेसिस
Mhm.
ऑल ओवर द ग्लोब एआई गवर्नेंस के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस किया जा रहा है पिछले अगर आप एक साल में देखो तो लाइक पीपल आर
Mm.
पुशिंग कि लाइक
Mhm.
मेक श्योर वी हैव द एआई गवर्नेंस फॉलोड सो डेप्थ
Mm.
तो क्या गोल है इसके पीछे का क्या फियर है इसके पीछे का लोग पीपल आर डूइंग दैट
See, the thing is, we need to understand the criticality of the AI system which are built. There are lots of AI systems which are built, which directly, indirectly impacts to the life on the life of people, and even it can have a severity of the threat to the life also. Right. That is one aspect. So other thing is like there are because see when a organization implementing some system, their expectation is that they will generate some sort of revenue, right? They will get benefit out of it. And in past, I just give some examples. I have lots of examples. I can give it to you. So that has impacted the businesses, not just from the revenue perspective, but also from the reputation perspective. And then they had to face lots of legal compliances, legal cases, right, and compliance issues also. So that's the reason that people are rushing and towards to the AI system.
Right. Okay. That is something really people need to understand nowadays. Like
Yes.
AI governance AI governances are rushed just to make
Mm.
sure you are safe. So
Yes.
that's
I'll
the
give.
kind of yeah.
I just want to, I'll just give you one example. In 2023, Samsung Semiconductor, Samsung
I know
Semiconductor.
this story.
You remember, right? So
Yeah.
the people put the proprietary source code, right, confidential data of the hardware on the Chat GPT,
Yeah.
correct? And then the worst thing was that Samsung just implemented that Chat GPT tool into their environment just a month ago. So within a month, they had to roll back that, right? And important thing is, uh, you remember that there is a word we call shadow IT,
Yes.
right? So what does this
Right.
shadow ID is like? There are within the organization, there are people who build IT system which are not recorded, not monitored anywhere, right?
Right. Right.
Similarly in organization, there is a shadow IT is now the thing is. So what is shadow IT? People are using AI tools, public AI tools, without letting or without organization doesn't know that. Okay, companies को पता नहीं है कि उनके users कौन सा AI tool use कर रहे हैं. And why they are doing it? Because they want to showcase, okay, they want to not just want to test it out, but they want to bring the value. Okay, they are thinking, I mean, users from their perspective, they are thinking, okay, मैं ये tool use कर लेता हूँ, report बना लेता हूँ, और code generate कर लेता हूँ, तो it will help me, right? So without knowing that whatever data they are feeding into it, public models are also with the prompt, they are also learning from your
Yes.
prompt also, right? So they are taking that data, right? So unknowingly you are maybe like feeding the critical data to the public
Yeah.
models and all, right? So these are some of the cases where organizations has been forced to think to implement the AI governance. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I absolutely agree. Or ये Samsung तो एक only just one example.
This is one example. There are so
Yeah.
many
There are
incidents.
so
There
many
are so many
examples. Yeah.
incidents.
Because
Yes,
this
yes.
is a very common kind of a
Yeah.
fear or the shadow IT है.
Mm.
Again, this is a crucial component.
Correct.
It is indeed. So कंपनी में जैसे हमने अभी आपने बताया कि चैट जीपीटी को पायलट जेमिनाई ये सब लोग यूज़
Mm.
कर रहे हैं अगर
Mm. Mm.
डाला है सैमसंग इज अ बिग कंपनी और उनके
Mm.
कंप्लाइंस है रोल सिस्टम सब कुछ फॉर जस्ट शॉर्ट कंपनी मान लो
Mm.
अगर किसी कंपनी के पास एआई गवर्नेंस है ही नहीं तो उनके लिए क्या रिस्क
AI governance ही नहीं है. See,
यस
I'll tell you what. You can build AI system in the production without AI governance, but that application cannot be production level, production grade. You know what I mean? For
या
you, for organization who doesn't follow any AI governance, right? That they think that we have built a production application, right? And then you are putting into the production also. But but is it really a production grade? No. Let's take one analogy, right? I am driving car without any rules. Follow. Now you see the consequences. मन
या
में मेरे मन में आएगा मैं उसको हिट कर दूंगा, करेक्ट?
करेक्ट
जैसे मर्जी चलाऊंगा, करेक्ट? So you have to bring it, right? Now you think that you build some AI system, but will it be really bringing some value? No, because you doesn't know, right? You don't know the expected. You know the behavior. You won't know that, right? उसका behavior कैसा रहने वाला है, right? Without any control and all. So
सो ये डिस्कशन में लुक लाइक अ क्रिटिकल बट इन द जनरल डेज जहाँ
mm,
पर अभी शायद स्टार्टअप्स ने या अर्ली स्टेज पर्सन्स ने ये चैलेंजेस फेस नहीं किए हैं कि हमको कंप्लाइंसेस के कारण कुछ प्रॉब्लम आई है डेफिनेटली जैसे वो प्रोडक्शन में जाएंगे उनको आएंगी बट
mm,
एट द सेम टाइम जो एक्चुअली एआई गवर्नेंस को अडॉप्ट करना चाहते हैं तो उनके लिए हमेशा स्ट्रगलिंग पॉइंट होता है कि हमारे इनिशियल स्टेप क्या होने चाहिए, हमको कहाँ से शुरू करना चाहिए, हमको क्या पता होना चाहिए। तो अगर इस क्वेश्चन को अगर हम दोबारा समझें तो एआई गवर्नेंस का फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या होना चाहिए हमारे लिए?
See, first of all, you should know what are our system you are building, AI system you are building. So you should have inventory of, correct?
करेक्ट।
Right? आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आपके environment में क्या चल रहा है, then how what things you are going to govern. You should know firsthand whatever things you are going to govern. What are those things? So in AI system, whatever tools you are going to use, whatever models you are going to use, right? Right. So you should know what are those lists, that inventory, and then you should also know that flow, right? The sources, whatever tools and models you are going to use it, उनका data sources क्या होगा, right? आपको ये inventory पता होना चाहिए. That is the very first step that you build this inventory, and then the next thing would be you need to assess the risk. Now
ओके।
you have the inventory, you have the inventory. The next thing is that, because in that inventory, these are the tools will be, these are the AI systems will be, the AI model, AI systems you are going to build, which will integrate with so and so application. Now, what are the risk? You have to prepare the risk profile.
गॉट
Correct?
इट। ओके।
Yeah, you need to see. You need to know that, okay, what are the risk will be if I'm implementing this, if I'm bringing this, I'm going to use this and that this way and all. You need to know that, okay, what are the risks associated with all of it. It's just like a threat modeling. In cybersecurity, we use the threat modeling, correct? We know that we list down all the services which we have into our environment, correct? And then accordingly we try to build an inventory of what are the threats associated with all of this, and then we map all of this. That's called threat modeling. Similarly, here also we need to identify, or we need to classify the risk. We need to know, right? That is one. That is second thing. Third thing is the before any AI system you are bringing into the production, you should test it rigorously. You should validate everything, right? Now you should validate the outcomes, whatever the output it is generated, it is generating as per the expectation. It is you should test the biasness, you should test the fairness, you should test the transparency, you should test the data safety, right? And importantly, when before all this, you also need to test the data also, right? Because data is the fuel for the AI system. If you feeding the wrong data, then definitely the AI system will also behave the wrong, right? Wrong way, correct? So AI data is also somewhere that you have to validate it. You have to screen it, correct? And then finally, this final step, you inspect it, you monitor it, right? You have to monitor continuously. You have to monitor. You audit it time to time. You perform audits, correct? So,
करेक्ट।
I don't think these are the too much for any organization. These are certain basic things. At least when you are starting things, these are the 3-4 things that you should think about, and then you start.
ओके। सो सपोज ये जो बेसिक पैरामीटर्स हैं, somebody done that, तो
Hmm.
जनरली क्या होता है उसके बाद एंटरप्राइज में जाएं तो उनके पास प्रॉपर एक टीम होती है जो देखते हैं कि हम देखेंगे एआई गवर्नेंस क्या होता है, एंड देन दे
Hmm.
क्रिएट द प्लान पॉलिसी
Hmm.
बहुत कुछ। अब
Hmm.
स्मॉल और मीडियम कंपनीज एंटरप्राइज तो नहीं बन सकती, तो
Correct.
उनके लिए एआई गवर्नेंस का लाइट वेट वर्जन कैसा होगा?
So lightweight version for any organization, as I said, this. I told you that this is something I generally uh, feel कि कोई भी organization किसी भी size का है, they can start with this model, right? हाँ, उसमें ये हो सकता है कि अकाउंटेबिलिटी जो है, जनरली बिग organization have the different teams. So for everything there will be a different people who will be held responsible for different things. Correct. Now here in the small businesses there are maybe few small teams. There may be one person doing multiple things. Correct. So the accountability is also one thing that they need to ensure this person, if this system doesn't work well, then this is the person whom to reach out, and they should do it, right. The four steps which I just told, these are the very basic. It's not just applicable for enterprises and all, it is applicable for all sides of businesses.
राइट। और अभी आपने शेडो आईटी के बारे में बताया था कि शेडो आईटी इज व्हाट इट इज एंड हैव
Hmm.
एवरीथिंग
Hmm.
अबाउट इट। बट एक
Hmm.
क्वेश्चन और निकल के आता है यहाँ पे कि अब स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेज ने एआई गवर्नेंस को अडॉप्ट करना शुरू कर दिया, तो अब उनके लिए शेडो आईटी कंट्रोल करने के क्या ऑप्शंस हैं?
Hey, I think I'll just the what I know is uh, at least small or medium sized organizations, they are still struggling implementing the AI governance. Okay. Now to your question that what are the ways that shadow IT how to deal with the shadow AI and all. So let's go basic, the inventory, right?
ओके।
If they know that what tools they are going to do, implement it, collaborate with the security team, disable the other tools into your environment. It shouldn't work and all. So these are few basic steps. Again, see, these four steps are very, very basic. It will be applicable to all everything. And then the problem, what we are talking about, shadow AI and all, it will somehow address it. Now, so if someone bringing their own device and then you don't have that the visibility, the person is bringing that device and then he is doing something, and that is a different way of dealing it, right? It's a matter of compliance and security and compliance, right? Yeah.
राइट।
Right. So these are the certain things that you can follow it. A shadow ID is something you should identify, whitelist, and other blacklist.
ओके।
Hmm.
सो कोई फ्रेमवर्क है ऐसा जिसको somebody कैन फॉलो एंड सिंप्लीफाई फॉर देम?
Uh, AI frameworks like recently governments are bringing different governments. They are bringing AI from big like NIST. Uh, NIST AI risk management is one. That is actually how the AI risk or how the AI governance can be put in. Recently, European Union they have brought their EU AI Act. This act is very interesting, right? Instead of lots of practices, what are the steps you follow and all? What it tells is it is uh, classify the risk, right?
ओके।
And then based on the classification, it gives the severity, right? High, low, medium, and all. Similarly, if we want to go into the technically how we should implement AI framework, then there is an ISO 42001 standard. We can follow that, right? In India, especially, India also has brought their own AI framework, right? So they seven sutra they have brought. So the government has given that. So सबका साथ सबका विकास में they have added this thing, right? So AI for all. So that is another framework there. Yeah, I mean there are plenty of. I mean still these frameworks these are still evolving, but initially someone want to start, they can just refer to all these frameworks.
ओके,
Hmm.
गॉट इट। सो अब यही एक फ्रेमवर्क, सो एक स्टार्टअप है जिसने सोचा एआई गवर्नेंस स्टार्ट करने का, यू एक्सप्लेन दैट. फ्रेमवर्क्स के बारे में भी आपने बताया, दैट्स अ गुड इनफ. अब नाउ द कंपनी डिसाइडेड, ठीक है अब मुझे एआई गवर्नेंस स्टार्ट करनी है. तो पहले 30 दिन एज ए स्टार्टअप और एज अ मिड कंपनी मेरे स्टेप्स क्या होने चाहिए इन द फर्स्ट 30 days के, लाइक हाउ शुड आई हैंडल थिंग्स?
See, first 30 days, your plan should be that the 4 steps I told you again. First week, you should collect all this information, build it. Second week, then you build the risk profiles. Third week, test. Fourth week, monitor it. This is the first in first 30 initial 30 days. Then you can start it. See, you can follow the. I mean, when I say you, I mean any organization can follow the uh, baby crawl method, right? The, what is that? कोई छोटा टोडलर टोडलर है, वो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पैदा हुआ और उसके बाद में सीधा रनिंग करना शुरू कर देगा, राइट? वो पहले पहले बैठना सीखेगा, राइट, उठना सीखेगा, देन वो धीरे धीरे चलना सीखेगा, देन ग्रेजुअली वो रनिंग करना सीखेगा, राइट? जैसे जैसे बड़ा होगा वो उसके अकॉर्डिंग काम करेगा. सिमिलरली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दे कैन स्टार्ट स्मॉल. This fourth thing which I recommend, I mean it's just my recommendation. People can discuss, they can find out their own thing, right? What policies, what processes suit to them as per their environment. Start small, learn from it, improve it, right, and then move on, then keep adding things. That is the way, ideal way that you should grow. The same analogy that baby crawling running method, right? So you can follow that.
ओके. सो अब क्योंकि जो जैसे अभी आपने इन्वेंट्री के बारे में बताया थोड़ी देर पहले, सो जो यूज़ केस हैं एआई के, जो कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे यूज़ केस आए हुए हैं, तो क्या वो इन्वेंट्री बन सकते हैं? अगर बन सकते हैं तो कैसे बनेगी वो इन्वेंट्री?
देखिए, इन्वेंट्री बनने का सीधा सिस्टम ये है कि यू आर बिल्डिंग सिस्टम, राइट? एग्जाम्पल, you are building an AI system which will, what it'll do is it will for any meeting, कोई मीटिंग हो रही है, उसके आपने एक AI मॉडल बनाया जिसमें वो क्या करेगा, वो एमओएम कलेक्ट करेगा, राइट, समराइज करेगा, एमओएम बनाएगा और ईमेल सेंड करेगा, राइट?
करेक्ट.
This is one system. Now other system, let's say for HR, you are building AI model which will scrutinize the CVs based on certain parameters, and then it will give you the right profiles, CV of the right profiles. Correct? Now
Correct.
now it will also analyze based on certain criteria. It will reject or it will accept.
Okay.
In a banking system, you are building a loan approval application. Example, AI model. This will follow the same thing. It will either reject or either accept the loan application, correct? So what does it mean? Now, in these 3 examples, you need to understand which one is critical, which one is not critical. Okay. Number 1, you need to know you are building this system. This is your inventory. Okay, this is one AI model will be used for this. This is another model you will be used for banking. This is another model will be used for the HR. So these kind of inventory you can build it, and then you can also classify it from the risk perspective. The AI model which will do summarization of the meeting and send the email, this is less critical, right? Its impact is less. But from business perspective, for banking, loan approval, and the HR, these are the critical one, right? So you classify them as critical. This way you can build your inventory.
ओके. सो इसमें जो अप्रोच आपने बताई, रिस्क बेस्ड अप्रोच जो है वो रहेगी, ऐसा?
Hey, it's not about risk, only risk. I just gave you one example that, okay, the first, see, your question was that how to build the inventory. The inventory is like, you should know that what are the, I mean, organization definitely know that what they are building, right? So they should list it down that these are the systems they are building, correct? That is the inventory for them. And these are the tools their team they are going to use. AI tools, GenAI, ChatGPT, right? Gemini, these are the list of tools you are going to use. That is also the inventory, right? For tool inventory, that model inventory. Yeah.
तो इसकी इनकी जो गवर्नेंस है दैट जो सब क्योंकि कैटेगराइजेशन बहुत ज़्यादा है यहाँ पे, तो उन सब के लिए गवर्नेंस सेम चलेगी या
नहीं,
मतलब
सबके लिए
कुछ?
अलग होगा, सबके लिए अलग होगा, सबके लिए अलग
ओके,
होगा, राइट? सबके लिए अलग होगा बिकॉज सी आप
तो
सेम गवर्नेंस सभी सिस्टम के लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते. बैंकिंग वाला गवर्नेंस मॉडल जो है आप इसके लिए अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते, एचआर सिस्टम के लिए, राइट? मेडिकल
राइट,
जो एआई मॉडल, मेडिकल लाइन में जो आप अपना एआई मॉडल डेवलप कर रहे हैं, वो सेम गवर्नेंस मॉडल यू कैन अप्लाई, बट ओवरऑल
राइट,
हाई लेवल the the high level design can be same, right? the
राइट,
the method I just told, right? Inventory, trace, test, and then monitor. Now this can be same, but actual tool, actual inventory, actual classification, that can differ. It cannot be same for all.
ओके, राइट, ओके, गॉट इट. सो कैटेगराइजेशन के लिए अप्रोच उसके रिस्क से करनी है कि उसकी अकाउंटेबिलिटी से करनी, क्या पैरामीटर क्या रहता है कि किसको कौन से गवर्नेंस के अकॉर्डिंग कैटेगराइज करना है?
देखिए, आप एआई मॉडल डेवलप कर रहे हैं, आप उसको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे सकते हैं, लेकिन अकाउंटेबिलिटी उसको नहीं दे सकते,
राइट,
राइट? आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल. एक रेस्टोरेंट मालिक जो है वो एक एआई रोबोटिक शेफ लेके आता है, करेक्ट? राइट. यदि वो रोबोट जो है किसी कस्टमर को हाफ कुक्ड फूड सर्व करता है, तो उसमें किसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होगी?
ऑनर की.
रोबोट की होगी, ऑनर की होगी?
ना, ना.
Right. So
राइट,
similar way, because owner is the person who decided to bring this system, right? So similarly, आप कोई AI सिस्टम डेवलप कर रहे हैं, लाइक उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस जो भी होंगे, लाइक गलत कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस रहते हैं यदि वो फेल होता है, तो उसको आप मतलब जैसे एक एग्जांपल इज जेन एआई में आप कुछ वर्कफ्लो ऑटोमेट कर रहे हैं, राइट? पहले वो काम आप मैनुअल करते थे, आप करते थे, मैनुअल करते थे, अभी आप वो काम जेन एजेंट के थ्रू करवा रहे हो, एजेंटिक,
राइट,
राइट?
राइट, राइट,
नाउ व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, यू आर cascading your responsibility, right, to the gen AI, that tool, that agent, right? So you are giving that responsibility, but if it fails, it's not the responsibility of that tool, that agent, it's responsibility of you. You are the whole and sole responsible for that. That's
राइट, राइट,
accountability, right? So you need to be held accountable.
राइट. तो अभी जैसे आपने एआई रोबोट का एग्जांपल दिया अभी जस्ट अभी, तो उससे मेरे को एक थॉट दिमाग में है कि क्या एआई सिस्टम के लिए भी कुल किल स्विच होना चाहिए, लाइक कि और
Uh,
व्हेन द ह्यूमन कैन टेक ओवरराइड, कितना
I'll
इंपॉर्टेंट है?
I'll give one unique example. That
हाँ,
incident happened actually. It's an incident Utah in Utah. There is, I forgot the name. Harbour City Police. Yes. So what
ओके,
happened is, so every police officer they had body cam. Okay.
ओके,
They introduced one AI model, AI system. What it will be doing is, through the body cam, it had that mic also, right? Integrated mic. So what it used to do is, whatever it is capturing, the video and the conversation happening, the उस AI टूल का काम ये था कि उसको रिपोर्ट जनरेट करनी थी,
ओके,
ठीक है? वो रिपोर्ट, देन वो जो रिपोर्ट जनरेट होगी, उस रिपोर्ट के बाद में वो रिपोर्ट जो है उनके जो क्रिटिकल सिस्टम है उसमें अपलोड होगा, ठीक है?
उनका
सो
जो पुलिस
जो भी
वाला सिस्टम.
यस, जो रिपोर्ट जनरेट होगी उनके जो क्रिटिकल जो सॉफ्टवेयर है उसमें वो अपलोड होगा, पुलिस रिपोर्ट. हाँ, इंडिया में हम लोग एफआईआर बोलते हैं, राइट? एफआईआर ये हुआ
राइट,
तो पुलिस प्रेमा फेसी लोकेशन पे जाके जो भी पुलिस जो है अपने हाथ से रिपोर्ट बनाते हैं, वो लोग पूरा ऑटोमेट किया उन्होंने.
Okay.
Now, in one of the report, now listen this. What happened is, in one of the report, what it described in the report, that one officer had turned into a frog.
Okay.
मतलब एक ऑफिसर पुलिस ऑफिसर है वो फ्रॉग बन गया.
Okay.
नाउ
How
ये
interesting.
हुआ या हाउ ये हुआ कैसे. सी ये लास्ट ईयर की बात है, लास्ट ईयर का इंसिडेंट है. तो हुआ कैसे कि जिस पुलिस ऑफिसर के बॉडी कैम से ये कैप्चर हो रहा था, उसके बैकग्राउंड में एक डिज्नी मूवी चल रही थी, द प्रिंसेस ऑफ द फ्रॉग. ओके.
Okay.
और वो एआई मॉडल जो है उसको अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पाया कि व्हाट वेदर दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ डिस्कशन और व्हाट. सो व्हाट इट डज, इट communicated दैट रिपोर्ट and added that conversation coming from the background into that report.
Okay.
Okay, that's where that police officer turned into a fraud, right? So what they did is they immediately pulled out that AI model, right?
Okay.
So that it doesn't impact their critical other system, correct? So answer to your question, yes, we should have kill switch. We should have men human intervention, right? The HIIT, right?
Right. Right.
So yes, that kill switch
So
we should have it. Similarly, like
yeah.
cyber attack में हम लोग like is in a fun way, right? हम लोग बोलते हैं, कभी cyber attack हो रहा है तो क्या करो? Let's plug out everything, right? That's way. That's the same way that in AI also, if we think that there is anomaly happening in the AI model and can impact the other system, then definitely we should have a kill switch. Especially the human review is one. Now, I'll give one more example: the medical diagnosis, right? Whenever whenever this AI model analyze the report, right,
Yeah.
symptoms and all, it will never give you that, okay, it will never decide anything. It will give the recommendation.
Yes.
It will only give it the recommendation. It will never decide. And it will also recommend that you still validate from the doctor. Correct?
Right.
Right. Why? Because we this particular model has lots of impact and can be impacted on the life of the people, right? If
Right.
it
Correct.
goes wrong, correct? खुद से डिसीजन लेगा तो हो सकता है वो गलत कोई मेडिसिन प्रेस्क्राइब करे. So that is where this kill switch is just a concept, but there is always human review must be there. Yeah.
ग्रेट. सो एक बात तो क्लियर हो गई कि गवर्नेंस का जो गोल है वो एआई को रोकना नहीं है. गवर्नेंस का गोल है कि एआई को सेफली कैसे हम लोग आगे
Correct.
लेके जाएं.
Correct.
सो अब क्योंकि ये तो बात करी हमने सेफ्टी की, अभी एक चैलेंज है जो अभी बहुत ज़्यादा पिक्चर में आता है, विच इज़ द बायसनेसनेस ऑन द एआई. सो बायस का कोई, तो ये है क्या बायसनेस का कोई एग्जाम्पल के साथ अगर आप हमें समझाएं कि लाइक एआई को भी बायस कैसे हो सकता है?
See, इसको एक सिंपल एग्जांपल से समझता हूँ. मुझे कोई पर्सन हायर करना है.
ओके.
मेरी कंपनी में कोई ओपनिंग है और मुझे किसी पर्सन को हायर करना है, राइट?
ओके.
एक तो ये होगा कि मैं मेरे पास भी कोई रिज्यूम है, मैं ये देख रहा हूँ कि ये मेरा नॉन है कि नहीं है, है ना? तो उसको प्रेफरेंस दूंगा. कोई जो अननोन है उसके लिए मैं पूरा प्रॉपर सिस्टम फॉलो कर रहा हूँ.
ठीक है.
दैट इज बायसनेस, करेक्ट?
करेक्ट.
आई टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल, रोबो शेफ का. ठीक है, उनके रेस्टोरेंट में कुछ कस्टमर्स आते हैं. सम कस्टमर में बी रिच, सम कस्टमर में बी लाइक मिडिल क्लास एंड ऑल. तो कोई रेसिपी है, सेम डिश की कोई रेसिपी है, तो उसमें ये जो रिच पीपल है उसके लिए स्पेशल रेसिपी यूज होगी और मिडिल क्लास के लिए स्पेशल रेसिपी यूज होगी. दैट इज कॉल्ड बायसनेस. आई मीन आइडियली नहीं होता है, बट इन केस दैट सिस्टम बिहेव इन दैट वे, that is biasness. So AI model, when it do this kind of thing. That is AI biasness, and it is not intentional. This is interesting to know that, right? The bias, the AI model, if they are doing bias, right? This biasness problem is not intentional. It
Okay.
is into their system. How? Because we all know that AI learns from the data. The kind of data it is fed, it learned from, right? The training of that model is done from the kind of data. The data itself has that biasness.
Yeah.
Example, particular company में रिक्रूटमेंट हुई है मोस्ट ऑफ द मेल कैंडिडेट की, राइट? सो जो
Right.
एआई मॉडल को जो ट्रेन किया है वो उसी डेटा के बेस पे ट्रेन किया है. नाउ इफ एनी वुमन इज अप्लाइंग, इट विल रिजेक्ट इट. Why? Because the gender of the most of the people, or the data of the people was male. So it will consider, okay, the gender someone who has a woman, right? They should be rejected, right? So that जो हम feed करेंगे वही बाहर आएगा, right? So
Right.
this by, so it is very important कि when we are training a model, what kind of data we are using, right?
Okay.
So that is important. If we want to address this, we should focus on the data, kind of data which we are feeding. Yeah.
Yeah. So fairness का तरीका यही है या how do
If
we
fair,
ensure कि
fairness, बायस एंड फेयरनेस में हम बात करें तो लगभग एक जैसे दिखता है, राइट? बट थोड़ा सा चेंज है. फेयरनेस में मतलब होता है लाइक यू, देयर इज अनदर वर्ड, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, राइट?
Okay.
नाउ लेट्स से इन बैंकिंग सिस्टम कोई लोन का अप्रूवल, लोन की एप्लीकेशन आता है, राइट? Based on certain criteria, either it approved or either it reject. Now,
Right.
the AI model, if we are saying that AI model must be fair or transparent, what does that actually mean is every decision which it is making, it should be able to tell why it has took that decision, why it is
Okay.
rejected, why it is accepted. Correct? So that is the fairness.
That is the fairness. Yes.
Yeah. I'll give few examples, biasness and all. In US, across the hospitals, they implemented what AI tool. So what was the job of that AI tool was कि जो कुछ पेशेंट्स ऐसे हैं, दे हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई सम पेशेंट जिनको एक्स्ट्रा केयर की जरूरत है, ठीक है?
Okay.
इट शुड एक्स्ट्रा केयर की जरूरत है, तो उसका वो इन्फॉर्मेशन दे, देन सो दैट द स्टाफ कैन एक्ट अकॉर्डिंगली, राइट? व्हाट हैपेंड
Yes.
इज उस एआई मॉडल ने क्या किया कि जो भी वाइट पेशेंट, people who have race of white, right, with color, right, white people, it just scrutinized based on their race, right, based on their color, that white people were given the prioritization that okay, they need some extra medical care, but the black people, they that model rejected. Now, when investigated, what happened is that that AI model was trained on such data where most of the people whose color were white.
Oh. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's why that system, the biasness into that AI tool, AI system was already there because of the data, kind of data. So,
Got it.
so the versatility of the data when you are training a AI model, you should consider the वर्सेटिलिटी, राइट? आपको डेटा कैसा यूज, हर टाइप का डेटा आप यूज करिए, देन यू फीड इनटू, सो दैट सिस्टम विल शुड लर्न इट.
Yes. Got it. So biasness, fairness, ये सब को अगर हम कंक्लूड करें तो या इसको एआई एथिकल के बारे में बात करें तो इसका प्रैक्टिकल मीनिंग क्या हुआ एआई एथिकल का, कि अगर हम लोग एआई एथिकल यूज का कोई प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल या प्रैक्टिकल मीनिंग अगर आप थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कर पाओ.
मैं आपको वापस रोबो शेफ के पास लेके चलूंगा इसके
ठीक
लिए.
है. ठीक.
रोबो शेफ में सी हम लोग एथिकल में बात कर रहे हैं, हम फेयरनेस की बात कर रहे हैं, हम ट्रांसपेरेंटी की बात कर रहे हैं, राइट, हम अकाउंटेबिलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, और हम
Right.
लोग प्राइवेसी की बात कर रहे हैं. ये सब मिलके एथिकल एआई एथिकल सिस्टम बनता है. ठीक है.
Right.
नाउ इन द एग्जांपल ऑफ रोबो शेफ, फेयरनेस, व्हाट विल बी द फेयरनेस? आई ऑलरेडी गिव द एग्जांपल. रिच पीपल के अलग अलग इंग्रेडिएंट्स होगा, पुअर और मिडिल क्लास के लिए अलग इंग्रेडिएंट होगा, राइट.
Right.
Right, that is fairness, right? So if you are not doing that, that is fairness. If you are doing that, you are not complying it, correct?
Right. Correct.
Right. Second is the transparency, right? Transparency means in particular dish, robo is using particular recipe or particular ingredients. It should be able to tell that, okay, why it picked that ingredient.
Yes. Okay.
हम लोग मास्टर शेफ को हम लोग देखते हैं, राइट. जब वो कोई रेसिपी बना रहा था, वो बताते हैं, अच्छा ये मैंने इतने क्वांटिटी में ये लिया क्योंकि इससे ऐसा हो जाएगा, ये इसका टेस्ट ऐसा आएगा, ये आएगा. तो वो एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं, राइट, कि क्यों उन्होंने ये लिया, क्यों उन्होंने इतना कम लिया है, ज्यादा लिया है, राइट. Similarly,
Correct.
that system should be able to tell that why it is picking that ingredient and why it has not picked that ingredient, right? Why it picked up that recipe for that particular dish, right? That is the transparency. Third is the accountability. That example I have already given, right? So, if your robo chef serving half-cooked food to your customer, then who's responsible? Is a robo or is your owner of the restaurant? Obviously, it's owner, right? He should be able to accept that, yes, it is my fault. I will take care, whatever it is, right? I should not blame, right? Oh no, it's not my fault. It's A's fault, right?
Correct.
मैं तो सही था, मैंने तो इसीलिए पर्पस के लिए लिया था, लेकिन वो सही से काम नहीं किया उसने. That's accountability, right?
Right.
Privacy. Now, whatever data you are feeding into the system, it should have controlled access. The AI system should have controlled access. RoboCopy में कस्टमर्स को उसने सर्व कर दिया, कस्टमर खाना खा रहे हैं, वो पीछे से चुपके से उनकी फोटो ले रहा है, उनकी फोटो क्लिक करके अपलोड कर दे. Right, so it's not you are deviating that, right? Privacy, you are not maintaining that privacy, right? So that's so these are the thing that makes a system AI ethical.
Right. And now I'm understanding more कि AI के practical meaning क्या है, especially the photo one. और
Yes.
अगर हम
अच्छा, एक और एग्जांपल दूंगा मैं आपको इसी का. I'll give you one more real example, healthcare diagnosis example. I think we discussed this, no? I'll just added few things here. Example, when AI model is diagnosing the symptoms and all, right? Now, what's happening is, it is instead of recommending, it is deciding, okay, this is the disease the patient has, and this is the prescription you should have. It is overriding now. Even the doctor said, no, this could be, but it is still overriding it. Right? So that's not ethical. That's not ethical. I'll give one more real world example. Last year, August incident, Air Canada. I don't know whether you heard it or not.
I know the incident, yes.
Right. Yeah. So in Air Canada case, there was one guy who had a planned travel with the Air Canada Airlines, but suddenly in the, I think उसके फैमिली या फ्रेंड में कोई किसी की डेथ हो गई. So he was checking with the AI chatbot for the Air Canada that is there any policy for refund in case someone is diminished and all, right? So surprisingly, what happened is there was no policy with the Air Canada for any kind of refund in case of such thing happened, right? But what AI tool did is that chatbot, it generated the AI, it fabricated the policy, right?
Okay.
It built the policy, and then he said, okay, to the customer, yes, within 90 days you will get refund. Now, when the people in the organization got to know about this, they refused it. No, this is not possible. But because he got the response from the AI chatbot, and the AI chatbot were implemented by the company, so they cannot ignore that. Okay, the ownership of that incident. So finally, when it went to the court and all, the airline has to refund the amount, right? Few amount, so certain amount they have to refund it. So this is the accountability, correct? You cannot ignore that, right? That airline
Yeah,
cannot ignore it. Yeah? Yes,
right. Because just because the court asked the same question,
correct.
the accountability cannot be on the chatbot.
Yes,
It
yes,
needs
yes.
to be on the company. So if the company, the chatbot is a part of company. So if the company
Correct.
saying you will get a refund, then you should get a refund.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. So तो क्या हर AI डिसीजन एक्सप्लेनेबल होना चाहिए?
Not required.
Okay.
Not required. It's not required. Well, not see in your meeting summarization model, like the AI model, which is summarizing the meeting minutes. Why it is summarizing? Do you think that that model should tell why it is doing this, why it has written this and all? No. Because, but in the medical diagnosis, like or in the loan application system, or in recruitment system, HR recruitment system, they need to tell that okay, I rejected, I accepted because of so and so. In the medical
Right.
diagnosis, I am recommending this based on this thing, right? So they should
Right.
be the critical system should be able to explain why they did. But if there are non-critical system, less critical system, they don't need to be. Again, it again depends on the use case. But yes, most of the cases, not every AI system should be able to explain like why they reached out this and all. Yes.
Right. Okay. So that is also known now कि ये डिसीजन कैसा होना चाहिए. बट अगर हम लोग लीगल कंप्लायंस और इंडिया के प्रोस्पेक्ट से बात करें और थोड़ा बड़े लेवल पे बात करें, जैसे शुरू में आपने बताया था कि यूरोप की पॉलिसी ने कुछ कुछ आया था. सो
Mhm.
यूरोप ने एआई एक्ट के थ्रू रिस्क बेस्ड एआई रेगुलेशन का कोई डायरेक्शन कर दिया है.
Mhm.
इससे
Correct.
तो अगर उसने ये सेट कर दिया है तो इससे इंडियन कंपनीज को क्या सिग्नल मिलता है?
Any Indian company who is doing business into Europe, it's clearly signal they have to comply.
हाँ.
Any Indian company who is operating into Europe, or they are or they are collecting any data or any AI system which is directly or indirectly linked to the European citizen, they have to follow the compliance.
है.
Yeah.
चाहे वो कंपनी इंडिया से रन हो रही है लेकिन डेटा उसके
Unnecessary.
पास वहाँ का है, वो भी.
Correct. That's correct. And see, it's not only about AI compliance. You have to follow the GDPR compliance also.
हाँ, राइट, दैट इज
European
GDPR.
GDPR.
यस.
Correct. Yes.
सो इंडिया में भी एआई गवर्नेंस गाइडेंस आ चुकी है, जैसा आपने स्टार्टिंग में बताया था.
Mhm.
तो आपको लगता है इंडियन कंपनीज रेडी हैं? इंडिया में कंपनीज एआई गवर्नेंस को सीरियसली लेती हैं, या कोई कॉस्ट का इशू चल रहा है, स्किल का इशू चल रहा है, लीगल प्रेशर है, क्या मतलब, क्या इस बारे में आपकी राय है?
देखिए, large enterprises has somehow started 26 as per the recent report, like 26% of large enterprise companies they have started implementing it. It's just a 26% only now. The ratio you just understand that, but they know that okay what they have to do, what how they have to implement all this. But the like small business SMMEs and the mid-size organization, they are still struggling. They are still figuring out, right? What what they have to do, what rules they have to implement, how to implement it, and then what are the safety measures they have to take care of it. Uh,
Right, right.
they are still figuring out the use cases and all. So it's still not at that level, but people are getting aware. That important thing is the awareness is coming into the people, either by the pressure or by something, but the awareness is coming, but
Yeah.
still, right? But the implementation pace is still slow.
Hmm. ओके, गॉट इट। सो ये तो बात हो गई इंडियन गाइडलाइंस की, और इससे अब एक सवाल और निकल के आता है जो कि वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट क्वेश्चन इज, अगर सपोज करो एक एंटरप्राइज कंपनी है या एक बड़ी कंपनी, या हम कोई एआई टूल यूज कर रहे हैं, और अगर वो थर्ड पार्टी वेंडर का है, तो जब एआई थर्ड पार्टी वेंडर का है तो अकाउंटेबिलिटी किसकी होगी? वेंडर की होगी कि उस कंपनी की होगी?
गुड क्वेश्चन है। एंड आपका, मेरा बिजनेस है लेकिन टूल मेरा नहीं है। अब
हाँ,
यदि वो
टूल मेरा
टूल
नहीं।
और वो टूल यदि कुछ गलत डिसीजन दे रहा है, आउटपुट
यस,
दे रहा है, तो
यस।
आइडियली ऑनरशिप किसकी? टूल की, टूल ऑनर की, राइट? बट you understand this is, I am running a business, right? I have taken the decision to implement that third party tool into my system, thinking that it will improve my business, right? But if
राइट,
something
करेक्ट।
goes wrong, what's happening, it is impacting my customers, my
ओके।
business, right? So if it is impacting my customers, so ideally I also have the accountability, responsibility, that yes, that tool did not work well. It is my responsibility because of that tool, my customers and their business got impacted. Even though that ownership should go to the tool owner, right?
या दैट्स
That
व्हाट आई एम
that
सपोज्ड
co-
टू
that contract
थिंकिंग।
that contract is between me and the third party, right? But in case,
राइट।
because of the tool I implemented, I decided to get integrated that tool into my application or system, right? But because of that, my customers got impacted. Their business got impacted because of my decision. So I am also the responsible. Right? At the same time, that third party tool who was built it, he is the responsible. At the same time, for my business, my customer, I am responsible. Now, for
ओके,
my customer, he will be not responsible, right? He will be responsible for me. But for my customer, I am responsible.
राइट। तो फिर इस हिसाब से तो लाइक इफ आई एम वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी, और हमने थर्ड पार्टी वेंडर के साथ भी काम कर रहे हैं, अब मेरे को चाहिए कि मेरी कंपनी में एआई गवर्नेंस आ जाए, तो क्या एआई गवर्नेंस में सीटीओ, सीआईएसओ, लीगल कंप्लायंस, डेटा टीम, बिजनेस, सबके रोल होने चाहिए?
Definitely, honestly, see, and CTO, CISO, they are responsible to implement the AI system technically. Security guy, CISO, is responsible for securing the system, right?
राइट।
Compliance team responsibility is to ensure the things, whatever we are implementing, it should comply, right? Legal
राइट।
teams responsible to let us know what are the legal consequences would be, correct? And more
करेक्ट।
important, the CEO, he should be held responsible for all business decisions. So it's all a collaborative responsibility for, right? It's not like, okay, I'm the CEO, I'll be the held responsible for everything. No.
या, ग्रेट। सो अगर एआई गवर्नेंस में जैसे अभी आपने बताई वो सारी पोस्ट आई हुई हैं,
Mhm.
तो अब इनमें से बात करें तो एआई गवर्नेंस का ऑनर कौन होना चाहिए?
AI governance can honor, see, the person who are building the AI model, because security team is not building the model. Person
राइट।
who are building the model, they know that, okay, this model, how they need to test it, at what parameters it has to test, whether this model will give the right exact output, right? It will predict the correct prediction, right? So that person is responsible to ensure that AI model is what he's building. It follows all these ethics.
So ऑनरशिप यहाँ शेयर्ड रहेगी बिटवीन CTO, CIO, CISO, या it's just limited for the model ownership only?
Ownership can be shared. See, ownership can be shared.
Okay.
But the responsibility, there would be only one person who should be held responsible. Right?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, AI governance ka,
Mm.
I'm going to ask by the critical thinking point of view.
Mm.
AI governance का सबसे बड़ा ब्लॉकर क्या है?
A blocker of AI system. See, in terms of you want to know that implementing of AI governance, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're asking question, right?
Right, right, right.
See, not exactly the 100%, but at certain level, when
Mm-hmm.
we are implementing the rigid governance,
Mm-hmm.
that somehow it may impact at certain level innovation and productivity.
Okay.
Because over restriction is also something that definitely going to have impact on the innovation. But we should know where we should stop. Where,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is something I really see. That is one thing. The second thing is uh, unaccountability, undefined accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We have not defined any accountability. Now, if in case of such, let's say, if something breaks, then we need to tell who is going to the right person to address this, right?
Right.
An important thing is that AI model when you are building is the data safety, risk of leaking critical information. That all these are all certain things that I feel that these are the major challenges could be.
Right. Okay. So अब क्योंकि हमने बात करी AI गवर्नेंस का सबसे बड़ा ब्लॉकर क्या होता है और आपने एक्सप्लेन किया एज अ रिजिडनेस,
Mm.
तो क्या गवर्नेंस जो है वो इनोवेशन को स्लो कर देती है, और अगर स्टार्टअप फास्ट मूव करना चाहें तो उसको
Mm.
AI गवर्नेंस को मिनिमम वाइबल वर्जन क्या रखना चाहिए?
Minimal viable version, I think I already explained that they can start with those 4 steps, right? But I think we do initial discussion. We already have this point that it it's a myth, right? That it will slow down or what. Similarly, in the innovation side also, it doesn't stop the innovation. It doesn't slow the innovation. It will help to scale the innovation, right? So it's not kind of that okay it will slow down and all. No. And importantly, they should not people should not think okay once I have all this parameter then I will start it. No, start
Yeah,
slow,
yeah.
start
Right,
slow,
right.
start small, take a baby step and then go on.
Great. So क्या एक क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी ने और साइबर सिक्योरिटी ने जैसे अपने एक बेंचमार्क बना ली, एक स्टैंडर्ड बन गया, और एआई
Mhm.
गवर्नेंस जस्ट अभी पिक्चर में आना शुरू हुआ है, और अकॉर्डिंग टू यू इन द फ्यूचर, सो क्या एआई गवर्नेंस फ्यूचर में क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी या साइबर सिक्योरिटी जैसा स्टैंडर्ड बन जाएगा?
Definitely banega because abhi just the recent frameworks which being launched by introduced by the different governments that showed their seriousness. They know that what are the consequences of this, right? And then they see now, right? They see the future, right? They can see the future that what's coming. So definitely, just like security compliance, we should expect all these AI compliances. I mean AI standard becoming a compliances.
ओके,
Yes.
ओके. सो अगर ऐसा है
Mm.
तो फिर अगले 3 साल में एआई गवर्नेंस कैसे इवॉल्व करेगा?
See, the process has already started, right? We discuss all this thing, right? That people have started thinking about it. Right? It doesn't matter because of the pressure they are started thinking. The pressure is forcing them to start thinking, but the process is already started. Now, every system when they are introduced initially, it's not perfect. Initially, whatever system are we see initially, they might have certain bugs and all, right? They might have certain gaps, but by the time they evolve, they improve. So similarly, the AI governance also, like by the time, so because the people, organizations have already started thinking about it, it will
Right.
evolve. It will evolve, and gradually it will become a standard also. Right. We just like the compliances we are talking about that yes, it will become a definitely become a compliances because lots of frameworks we see across the globe, right? The uh, though certain government doesn't have that, but still they are planning it, they are introducing it. Even if you look at the Indian AI framework, governance framework, it doesn't have stringent fines or any punishment, but still it is also not that low level, but still it has a high level information. It is integrating with the DPDP Act 2023. It is also integrating with the IT Act, right? And then there are certain things mentioned that okay, what should be, what shouldn't be, how should be, and all of this. So these frameworks are because this is initial phase, right? Now, in US also, you see there is no IT Act as of now in US, but still NIST has introduced this AI risk management framework. So there is no compliance as of now. The US is also bringing, currently relying with the different agencies, their framework with different agencies. But still, they are thinking, they are planning, and then slowly it will gradually, they will also bring it somehow. So that will surely evolve. Yeah. Yeah. And the pace is also like it is, I mean, Abhi, it is picking up that pace.
यस यस
Yeah.
यस यस सो अब मतलब ये मान के चले कि अब के जो कंपनीज है वो फ्यूचर में एआई ऑडिट रेडी
Mhm.
मैंडेटरी होगी ओके सो ये तो बात हुई कंप्लाइंसेस के बारे में और चीज़ों के बारे में तो अब एक छोटा सा इंजीनियर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी कि अगर एक इंजीनियर एआई गवर्नेंस लर्न करना चाहता है तो कहाँ से स्टार्ट करें
See, कोई भी इंजीनियर है, they should first think about that कि AI सिस्टम काम कैसे करता है,
ओके
right? AI सिस्टम काम कैसे करता है? They should understand the functionality. They should understand the architecture, right? See, जब तक हमें in and out का पता नहीं होगा, then how will protect it? How will know that okay, what I have to govern, what I have to protect, and whom I have to protect, right?
राइट
एक, एक पुलिस है, एक आईएसपी है, इंडिया के अंदर आईएसपी रहता है, आईएसपी पुलिस कमिश्नर है। उस पुलिस कमिश्नर को या पुलिस वाले को ये नहीं पता है कि चोर चोरी कैसे करेगा, क्योंकि क्या क्या तरीके हैं। तो हाउ इज गोइंग टू प्रोटेक्ट ऑल दिस, राइट? हाउ विल नो
राइट
दैट? सिमिलरली, if someone wants to get into this field, they should know that okay, why, I mean, sorry, how this system works, what are the different components, what is the architecture, right? What are the current challenges? Then accordingly they can start building up their understanding.
ओके सो तो फिर जैसे आपने कई चीज़ें बताई तो इसमें से सिक्योरिटी क्लाउड डेटा कंप्लाइंस बहुत सारी चीज़ें आ गई एआई आपने
Mm.
बेसिक भी बताया कि इसको इंजीनियर को अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट
Mm.
द एआई एंड तो
Mm.
सिक्योरिटी क्लाउड और डेटा को अगर हम टारगेट करें या कंप्लाइंस को भी इंक्लूड करें तो
Mm.
इनमें से फिर पहले क्या सीखना चाहिए
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you come back?
या सो सिक्योरिटी क्लाउड डेटा कंप्लाइंस एआई
Mm.
एआई आपने बताया कि हमको पहले सीखना पड़ेगा उसके बाद इसको मतलब किस पे ज़्यादा फोकस करना चाहिए
Anyway, see, I'm not saying that AI we should understand. We should learn AI first. What I'm saying is if someone wants to understand that, okay, he wants to get into this AI field, he should have the understanding that, okay, what is the system, how it works, how it functions, what are different components, what is the architecture. Right? That understanding they have to build. Then they can decide, okay, they want to get into the AI governance section, or they want to get into the compliance. Because one person cannot be jack of all, right? So they need to
Right.
know, they need to decide according to their interest. But starting point, this can be a starting point.
आई एग्री.
Yeah.
सो अब आर्किटेक्ट की बात करें तो फिर एक आर्किटेक्ट को एआई गवर्नेंस के लिए कौन सा स्किल बिल्ड करना चाहिए?
AI architect. See, because AI architect, there are two things here. One is the AI architect who build the AI system, like develop software development and all, and then there is an infrastructure side of AI, right? So ideally, architect should know. See, if I don't know how this technology works, what are the consequences of this technology would be in my use case, which technology will fit, right? All this nut and bolt, I don't know. I am not the right architect, right? At an architect level, you should know all these things, right? Then you can think about that, okay, that whether in development, how you are going to build this, right? Whether at the infrastructure level, what are the infrastructure for this particular model would be required, what are the GPUs would require, what are the CPUs would require, storage and all. Similarly, at the model development level, what are the frameworks you require, how the integration MCP protocol, wherever, how you are going to use it, how to integrate the different sources, and what are the framework you are going to define it, either at the infra and software level, what are the framework you have to define it. So what testing, what use cases of those testing you have to define it. That is something that architect level, the architect people should know, and they can start with the AI study. There are lots of certification out there, right? I mean, I cannot be the recommendation system, but there are
I understand.
right.
Right. Okay, Ravi, that was fun. So ऑडियंस के लिए कोई फाइनल मैसेज?
See, there are two things here. One is that we need to understand AI is a predictive system, right? It predicts based on the data, right? It cannot decide something. It's not that.
Correct.
That is one thing. Second thing is AI governance is never going to stop building or I mean, it is not going to uh, stop somewhere. But what it's going to do is AI governance is going to build the trust, considering that it minimize the risk. AI, it is about, see what AI governance. It is all about the AI trustworthy, right? Accountable, and the production ready. You make an AI model, AI governance will make it as a production ready system. Okay.
Right.
So don't get into that, okay, this is going to stop my innovation, this is going to slow down and all. No, nothing. It will scale, help you scale, and it will build a trust worthy system. Yeah.
ओके. सो रवि, आज की कन्वर्सेशन से एक बात तो क्लियर हो गई है. एआई गवर्नेंस का मतलब एआई को स्लो करना तो नहीं है.
बिल्कुल.
एआई गवर्नेंस का मतलब है कि एआई की को रिस्पॉन्सिबली, सेफली और कॉन्फिडेंशियली स्केल करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Correct.
जैसे क्लाउड के लिए सिक्योरिटी मॉनिटरिंग, बैकअप, बहुत कुछ है, वैसे ही
Yes.
एआई के लिए भी अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, डेटा कंट्रोल, ह्यूमन ओवरसाइट और बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो
Most of the
ज़रूरी हैं. सो हमने इस पॉडकास्ट में बहुत सारी बातें करी, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स कवर किए, एंड थैंक यू रवि. आपने एआई गवर्नेंस को बहुत प्रैक्टिकल और एंटरप्राइज लेंस से सिंप्लीफाई किया. एंड थैंक्स टू एवरीवन हु इज़ लिसनिंग. अगर आपकी कंपनी को एआई यूज़ करना है, कोई क्वेश्चन है, या गवर्नमेंट से रिलेटेड कोई इंक्वायरी है, या कोई और डिस्कशन आप चाहते हैं, डू नॉट हेजिटेट. in this video, drop your questions, drop your comments, and I'm going to add all the details of Ravi LinkedIn profile. And I'm happy to say that he's a very responsive guy. Shoot as much as question
Thank you.
you can ask. I'm sure Ravi is going to help you out for that. And
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, Ravi. Thanks again for joining us. It was a pleasure to be host you, and it was an amazing podcast with you. Thanks a lot, Ravi.
Thank you, Rajan. Thank you so much for inviting me and giving me this platform. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ravi. So, guys,
Thank you.
please be in the connect. If you like the ideas, you like the thoughts, if you like the discussion, please comment, please like, and subscribe for the next video. Thank you.
Thank you.